to Real Life with Abby. My name is Abimbola. Thank you so much for stopping by. So if this is your first time on my channel, can I please ask you to consider subscribing by clicking on the red button, and then if you can click on the bell to turn notification on so you're notified whenever I post a new video. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much for coming back. It's good to see you again. It's always good to see you guys. Thank you. So today, guys, I'm going to be talking about myself. I'm going to be talking about why I left Nigeria and decided to move to England. So I went to uni in Nigeria actually, and then when I finished my university, did my youth service, I decided I was going to look for a job and went into business. So I had a fashion house in Lagos, Ogba area of Lagos. So what I did then was to employ tailors who made the clothes. So I got my customers, got the measurements, got the fabrics, and all they did was to just make the clothes. I give them the style and they make the clothes, and I paid them every month. I did this for a while, and then what I discovered was that these tailors were actually very useless. It doesn't matter how well you treat them. What they do eventually is sometimes they cut the fabrics. Once they get, especially when it's at the end of the month, they cut the fabrics. Once they get paid, some of them will not turn up the next day. They've already cut the customer's fabric, but they would not come back to finish it. They wouldn't come back to sew it up, to join up the pieces and sew the clothes. They've already got the salary. They just disappeared. So this actually sort of got on my nerves, and eventually I just decided to pack it up. I wasn't really willing to do it anymore. So I decided to look for a job. There was something very funny. When I was in uni, there was one of my lecturers that used to say that he knew I wasn't going to look for a job. He knew I was going to go into fashion design. Anytime we were in the classroom, he was Dr. Salami. He would always say, "Oh, Bimba, I know you are not going to look for a job. I know you are going to be a designer. You'll be going from London to America to this and that, and then making money from fashion designing." How he got to know that was my plan, I never knew that. But eventually, when things were not working out, when those tailors were disappointing me and messing things up, I decided to get a job. So I got a job in one place in Lagos, in Apapa area of Lagos, with one man called Mr. Lawal. And it was going well. So it was about this relocation, and he wanted someone that had traveled in the past and had a passport and would not really have problems getting visas to go abroad to attend seminars and all that, and to look for business for him. So I got the job and I started the job. He actually sent me to South Africa. I went to Johannesburg in South Africa for a training, and I prepared these manuals for them that they could use, that we were giving out to clients, to tell them what we were doing. So it was about relocation. So we were meant to be working with people, mostly white people, relocating from South Africa to Nigeria. Like if they had a contract, if they had to move to Nigeria for a contract for some years, we got them settled, we got their accommodation, got everything, got them settled. So that was basically what I was meant to be doing. But for one reason or the other, this man, maybe he lost the contract with this company in South Africa, and things were no longer the way it was planned. And then I never knew that this man actually had an ulterior motive. So one day we were meant to come to London for a seminar, and then he came to me in the office and said, "Oh, I hope you're going to do your job very well." And I thought he was actually talking about my job. He said, "I hope you are going to do a good job when we get there." Those were his words. "I hope you are going to do a good job when we get to England." And I said, "Of course, that's what I'm being paid for. I'm going to do a good job. I'm going to try and get a contract. I'm going to try and get some links to actually build the company, build the department." And then he decided to touch me on my lap inappropriately, and I thought, something wasn't right, and I just slapped his hand away. And then that was where the problem started. So I knew he was going to ask me to go. That was going to happen. And then I wrote my resignation letter and I left it in the drawer. Initially, people actually thought I was related to him because of the way he treated me, but I never knew it was because he had something else in his mind altogether. Alright guys, you can see the background, you can see how beautiful it is. So I'm actually somewhere called Leeds Castle. It's called Leeds Castle, but it's based in Maidstone, that is South England. It's Deep Kent, South England. So I'm out with my colleagues. We are out on a away day. So what we do this every year. So what this is really for is to go out with your colleagues, like team building. So it's a day away from work, and we do things. We play games, we do things just to see how we work well in the team. Okay, so that's why we're here today. We've just gone for a walk, so I decided to stop because I'm a bit tired now from walking. I'm not that fit, so I think I need to do a bit of exercise to keep myself fit. So my colleagues have gone for a walk, but I decided to stop because I got tired of walking. Okay, so let me carry on from where I stopped. So when this man, Mr. Lawal, asked the HR manager to terminate my appointment, I already had my resignation letter written, so I just handed it over to the guy. I just told him I wasn't taking the termination of appointment letter from him, and that I had already written my resignation letter. So I gave it to him and I left. So sometimes, guys, when people do things that they should not normally do and claim not to have a choice, I really don't buy that. I don't believe in it. I think you always have a choice. You decide to do the right or the wrong thing. So there's always a choice for you. Although we can say that we all have different resilience levels, but we always have a choice. You have an alternative to do the right or the wrong thing. So if I had been ready to play ball with my boss then he wouldn't have asked them to terminate my appointment. Apparently, the lady that was doing my job before me was having fun with this man. So according to information I gathered later, he rented an apartment for her, he bought her a car, he did so many things with her, and he traveled everywhere with her. And his wife was aware. So it became a problem that the wife insisted he had to sack this lady. So that was why they re-advertised for that position, and then I was employed. But I wasn't aware of all this until I started having those problems with him. And the funny thing was that his wife's elder brother was actually working in that same company. The CEO's office was directly opposite his wife's elder brother's office, so he could actually see everything going on in that place. So I think it was quite disrespectful of that man to be running after his employees when his wife's brother was actually there. So eventually I left and I decided to go back into business. So I went back into business and I decided to start going to Dubai and coming to England to buy things and sell in Nigeria. And I had a lot of customers, so I sold in offices, I sold gold, I sold office wares, I sold everything. The first time I went to Dubai, I had never been to Dubai. I knew no one in Dubai. I had no information. I just bought the ticket, got the visa, and I went. And funny enough, I was only there for 2 days, so it was really, really hectic, but I survived it. And the business was good, but the problem was that people were not paying. So they would buy these things from you. When I sold gold, because gold was quite expensive then, so if I sold gold, I made sure I collected post-dated check from them, and then at the end of the month I just pay in the check and get my money. But talking about the suits and office wears and all the casuals, smart casuals and all other things, it was a bit difficult getting the money. And even for some of the gold, it was difficult getting the money because some people will give you bounce check. You pay the money, you pay the check into your account, and it will come back bounced. You wouldn't get paid. So it got to a point I just got fed up with the whole thing. And I was coming here, spend money on tickets, buy the things, the stress of buying the things, going around shopping, taking the things back to Nigeria, going around offices and selling. And then at the end of the day, people will not pay. So I just thought, no, I can't do this anymore. So I packed my things and I left. So that was how I finally came to England to stay. So, but before then, I would come and then go back just to buy the things I wanted to sell and go back and sell the things and then get my money, come back, buy the things, go back. But then by the time it got to that point when people were owing me a lot of money and it was like my capital was going down, and I thought there was no point doing all this, going through this stress and losing money. So I had to stop. So I decided I was leaving, and then I came to England and decided to stay. Finally, if I was going back, it was going to be on holiday. So Nigeria became like a holiday point for me. So there was reversal. England used to be a holiday point for me, or business trip, but then Nigeria became my holiday point and England became home. So that was me leaving Nigeria and coming to England to live permanently. And then when I got here, I still had some money outstanding out there, and then I still tried to get my money, but till today I never got them. I never got a lot of them. Even the ones that my friends bought from me, some of my friends bought from me, I never got the money. There was even a friend's sister that bought some things from me. The sister is my friend, and she was meant to collect the money from me, but I never got the money. It got to a point that she actually stopped picking my calls, so she started avoiding my calls, so I just cut her off completely. So it's difficult in Nigeria when you're in business because of the issue of debt. People will want, no one is going to buy from you and pay cash. They always want to buy and pay at the end of the month, and if you're not careful, you will lose your capital, you will lose your your profit, and at the end of the day you may not even have the capital, talk less of having any profit on the capital. So Nigeria is quite a difficult place to do business. I can understand that. So that was me done with business in Nigeria and moving to England to live permanently. So in my next video, I'm going to tell you how I ended up going back to uni to be a mental health nurse. So guys, if you have never subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. Just click on the red button and then click on the bell to turn notification on, and then you can get notification whenever I post a new video. So please don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I shall see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.